What's up YouTube, WasiTechie here with the 2015 Retina MacBook Air rumor roundup. So what I did was take all the rumors from a bunch of YouTube videos, a few websites, a couple of websites, and I just put them together, and here are my thoughts on the 2015 Retina MacBook Air. So without further ado, let's get started. So the MacBook Air is rumored to feature a 12-inch Retina display, but I have no idea how they're going to fit a Retina display in such a thin form factor, especially when they're using a Core M processor that does not use fans. I'm wondering how they're going to accomplish this, and I'm interested to see how Apple goes about it. As I just stated, they are going to be using an Intel Core M processor, which does not require fans. So yes, fanless MacBook Airs. And I would consider it kind of useless and underpowered processor, but it does pack a little bit of power under the hood, you know. But the fact that it doesn't have fans kind of creeps me out and makes me feel, and would make almost anybody feel, that the processor is quite underpowered. So along with the disappointing Intel Core M processor, there is going to be a disappointing non-clickable trackpad, and that just seems very pathetic of Apple to do, to remove the clickable trackpad, because I click my trackpad like all the time, so removing it would be horrible. So let's move on to the good stuff. Rumors say that there is going to be a Touch ID trackpad. So the trackpad itself will have Touch ID, which is amazing because I love Touch ID on iPhones and iPads, and it would be amazing if they brought it over to Macs. So Apple, keep that in mind. That would be like amazing. Having Touch ID across all your Apple devices, so all you have to do is really tap the trackpad or touch the home button, whatever it is. It's pretty awesome. But here comes two other drawbacks to the thin design. One is that they won't have a glowing Apple logo, which is sort of the signature that your laptop is a Mac. That's the glowing Apple logo. If they're totally remove that, it'll look like an iPad, and I'm not too much of a fan of iPad Apple logos being on Macs. It just doesn't look right. So I really hope Apple doesn't remove the glowing Apple logo, but looking at the thin renders of the MacBook Air, it seems like they will. Another real big drawback that Apple will somehow need to compensate for is that there's only two physical ports on the actual MacBook Air itself. That is one USB Type-C port and one headphone jack, and then there's dual microphones next to the headphone jack. But knowing that there's going to be only one USB Type-C port, which I've never really heard of, is going to be really disappointing, because you're going to be charging your Mac with that, and that's going to act as your primary USB port. So Apple will need to ship with dongle that will have more USB ports on it, because if you're charging your Mac, then you have no USB ports open. So when is this MacBook Air arriving? Rumors say that this MacBook Air is arriving mid-2015, or at least being announced then. This is usually when Apple releases their new Macs, it's during the summertime. So I'm kind of excited to see what Apple does with this MacBook Air, and what Apple does to cope with this thinness of the MacBook Air. I would totally give up that razor thin MacBook Air for maybe a few more USB ports, or maybe a wider keyboard, because Apple is shrinking the keyboard just a little bit, and in fact the 12-inch MacBook Air Retina will be as big as the current 11-inch MacBook Air. Yeah, so that means we're going to have a scrunched up keyboard, which is not going to be good for typing at all. So I'm interested to see what Apple does with this. I would totally give up a little bit of that thinness of the MacBook Air for maybe another USB port, or maybe a separate charging port from the USB port, maybe a glowing Apple logo too, because the current MacBook Air is perfect for students, and it's perfect for people who are on the go all the time. And making the current MacBook Air thinner would actually decrease its versatility, because it would have less ports, and it would have less power, you know, no fans, and it'll just ruin it for a lot of people. And that's basically it. I'm interested to see your guys' thoughts and opinions on the 2015 MacBook Air rumors. Leave those opinions and thoughts in the comment section down below. Make sure to like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Also share this video if you found it helpful, or if you find that somebody will find it helpful. Share this video, subscribe to my channel, it really helps me grow my channel a lot. Over the past year, have grown from about 18 subscribers to like 205 subscribers. That's pretty awesome. Keep viewing, guys. Keep liking, keep sharing, keep subscribing. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.